We have the VIP tickets for Marvelous 3. That's coming up at the ticket window. Here's what else is going on all day on 99X. The Steve Show can get you into Andy Bell from Erasure. That's coming up at Buckhead Theater. Also, Will from 3 to 7. He'll hook you into Dragon Con as well as Of Monsters and Men at the Eastern. And don't forget Jill, 7 to midnight. She has access to ex-ambassadors coming to the Tabernacle. Your hookup, it's flowing all day long on 99X. Right now, let's get some Sleaze with Fram.
Barnes, you think Helen Mirren's going to get some crap for this? She said in an interview, I'm such a feminist, but you can't have a woman playing James Bond. It just doesn't work. Basically, she said, you can't have a woman. It doesn't work. James Bond has to be James Bond. Otherwise, it's becoming something else.
Yeah, I think 5 years ago when it was like over exceedingly woke that maybe someone would have argued it. But I mean, come on, some things are meant to be male and James Bond just feels like one of them.
Well, I pulled up a list of actresses that I think could be James Bond. You tell me what you think.
Fram's pitching people now. Who?
Because they have already been in action films and they're badasses. Okay. Scarlett Johansson?
Maybe.
Oh, come on. Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This one, I'm serious because I've watched her in many action films. Charlize Theron.
I could see that. By the way, they could introduce one of these people, like he gets married and like then a spinoff. I could live with that with these people you're mentioning.
Okay, how about Angelina Jolie?
I could see that easily.
Michelle Rodriguez? She was in the Fast and Furious franchise.
She's not feeling Bondish, no.
Okay, how about Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot?
Maybe.
Or Gal Gadot. Kate Beckinsale. I mean, she was in that whole Underworld series.
I don't know about that.
Florence Pugh, Black Widow?
Maybe. Why are we having this conversation? It's not going to be a female.
Lupita Nyong'o from Black Panther?
No.
Okay, listen, I just had to bring it up.
Well, there's some things that are sacred, and some of them are going to stay male. And we're going to have a Wonder Woman that's a guy?
Well, woman, it says woman in the title, so you couldn't, really...
Well, but James Bond, how many women are named James?
All right, big news here. Ben Stiller will not return as director for the third season of Severance. In an interview with the LA Times, he said he'll focus on directing feature-length films instead. Well, first of all, you heard his next project.
The pickleball thing?
It is such a Barnes thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do the pickleball thing, and it's going to land on Apple TV.
Is that a movie or a series?
It's a movie. It's a comedy movie called The Dink.
Who would have thought that this dude would have two big cash cows, one based on pickleball, which at the time years ago you wouldn't even have thought of, and then dodgeball that was hugely successful.
So this pickleball movie, The Dink, is going to land on Apple TV. Mary Steenburgen, Chloe Fine. Andy Roddick, by the way, is also going to have a smaller role with Ben Stiller in the movie, which I think is really smart because, but yeah, that I actually look forward to that.
No, that's going to be great.
Because, I love Stick, which you don't watch, with Owen Wilson on Apple TV about golf. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll watch. A lot of people will watch this pickleball. I mean, there's just so many things around it that can be funny.
Okay, so we've talked about meeting people before they became famous. Remember that time, we talked about Alanis Morissette. She came in and she was in our conference room, and then 6 months later, she was the biggest artist in the world. You meet someone and then they become famous.
Right.
I don't think you can top this story. I do not think anyone could top this story. Ed Begley Jr. revealing on Howie Mandel's podcast that he smoked pot with Charles Manson.
You smoked pot with Charlie Manson.
This is a true story. My friend James Jeremias, I'm still friends with to this day. We went to college together. He lived in Chatsworth. I lived in Northridge. And he said, I want to visit my friend Dave. He lives in this tree house now, and he's doing this incredible art. So we went to his place, and he did indeed live in a tree house next door to a saloon. And so we went and visited him up in the tree house. He did this beautiful art. He was on speed at some point. He did this crazy art, and we were out of dope. So he said, well, let's walk up to the main house and smoke a joint. I think they have some pot up there. We did. There was a bunch of hippies, nothing really noteworthy. One of them recognized my name, my father's name, said, oh, your dad's in the business, I know. Can you help me? Had some songs or something you want people to hear. But I didn't know a lot of music people then, so we left, went back to the car. I probably should have mentioned the treehouse was next door to not a real saloon, but a fake saloon at a movie set street called the Spahn Ranch.
Okay, well, this gets even better, okay? Part two, not only did he smoke pot with Charles Manson, then he smoked pot in the same house where the Tate murders happened. What?
Later, I smoked pot up at this house in Bel Air, and I thought, this place is creepy. It was a place where the Tate murders, Jay Sebring and Sharon Tate were murdered. This guy said, well, yeah, I'm Rudy Altabelli. We haven't met before. We're playing cards. I went, oh, my God, this is the house. I confirmed later with the address that was the house.
But that's the last place you want to go get stoned, right? And someone tells you that later, like after, you're already token?
Wow. I mean, seriously, you could look back and you're like, yeah, I smoked pot with a murderer.
But can you imagine you're getting high and then like, oh, by the way, this is where these murders happen. You're like, dude.
Wow.
Why are you waiting to now to tell me?
I have to say, Sharon Stone is coming back strong because, she had that stroke and kind of retired. But guess what? She's out there now on the Today Show. Yeah, she did own the 90s.
I'm at that stage of my life where I already retired once. Yeah. And I already died a couple of times. Yeah. I'm like, what are you going to do? Kill me again? Yeah. Go ahead. I have been a person who's been blessed to have, I had a very big career at one point.
Why are you using the past tense?
Well, in the 90s, I think it would be fair to say I pretty much owned the 90s as an actress. I stopped when I had a stroke. I had a massive, massive stroke and nearly died. So I couldn't work. When I reconsidered what value things had to me in life, was I really wanted to have children and spend my time with them. And I only really worked as much as I needed to support my family. But now my children have left the nest, and now I'm back to work.
That was one of the more quiet strokes. I don't remember hearing much about that at all.
Yeah, when she mentioned that, I had to go, wait a second, she had a stroke?
And at the end of the night, was late 90s?
I don't even remember when she had a stroke, but she's back to work.
Yeah, it was weird. There were a lot of stories about her like being like homeless or out, like they'd show pictures of her all disheveled. I saw that always like showing up in the press. Yeah, it's so weird that we never heard much about that.
I do know that some actors do like to talk about when they are, sick or going through something to help others. That's what James Van Der Beek is doing.
Yeah.
Have you seen, he's all over like TikTok and Instagram talking about the warning signs of stage 3 colorectal cancer diagnosis. He's talking about like change in your bowel movements. He thought it was coffee consumption. And then, maybe starting to feel tired, fatigue, weight loss of appetite. Good for him. And of course, his family and all his fans are rallying around him. Get well, we hope.
Isn't it funny how some people like to hide from it? And I'm sure we all have friends like that who something might be wrong and your body is giving you a sign, but they want to like raw dog it. Like they want to wait it out and just see what happens. Like, let's just see.
And I wonder why. I think it's better to kind of
go to a doctor.
Oh, absolutely. Plus,
it's fear.
Have your family around you to rally and help.
That's same with those scans. The body scans now can pretty much tell you everything. And some people are like, nah, I'm good. What, you just want to see how the video game plays out? You don't want the cheat code?
Thank you, Barnes.
If you feel something off, man, just go get it looked at. It's whatever it is that they find it, chances are finding it early can help.
And that's what he's saying because he's only 48. That is your Celebrity Sleaze.
YouTube personality Betty Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
And we have some major members of the White House team that will be joining the program. I know it makes you uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta dive right in and say, well.
It's a new cultural landscape.
This is the proper messaging. Thank you. Let's rock and roll.
The Benny Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.